I got this nice new chef's knife over the holidays, and I've never had a knife that didn't come in a set already in a block before, so I've got nowhere to put it. But I do have a nice chunk of red oak, and I figured I could make one of those fancy little magnetic knife blocks that everybody seems to be so keen on. So we're going to make one with the help of my friends over at Minwax. The first thing I'm going to do is chop this piece of oak down into some 18-inch sections, because this is only a 3/4 piece of wood, and we're going to need this thing to have a little bit more girth to it if we're going to use it for this job. Next, I'm looking at it from a grain direction standpoint. The reason why I'm doing that is because every piece of wood has grain that runs in different directions, and there's a thing called wood movement, which means over time and in different moisture settings and stuff, wood moves. And so to minimize that, you want to kind of orient your grain in a direction to try and minimize that. This cut of oak is actually called plain sawn, which means that the closer you get to the pith of the tree, the more curved the grain looks from the end grain. It's nerdy, I know, but it makes a difference when you're gluing things up. If you have curved end grain, I like to try and alternate that end grain so that the board doesn't want to cup on you. Cup is exactly what it sounds like. It turns into a cup. It bends in an arched look. It's less important in this case because it's a standalone knife block, but in some applications it really makes a difference. With this thing all glued up, we've got something that's basically a 9/4 piece of wood. And I know what you're thinking. 9/4? What does that mean? Well, that's how we measure hardwoods in the United States, you big dumb idiot. We'll do anything to avoid just using a standard metric system, so we like to talk about hardwoods in measures of 1/4 of an inch. So 9/4 is basically 2 1/4 inches thick. So why don't you just say 2 1/4 inches thick then? I have no idea. See this fancy little contraption of death? This is called a bandsaw, and it's got a resaw blade on it, which means it has big old teeth and it allows you to cut boards just like you see me doing right here. And what I'm doing is really cutting about a 1/4 inch thick piece of the board right off the front. And I'm gonna do that because I'm gonna use this as my little veneer piece that allows me to hide the magnetic surface underneath it. Voila, look at that. So obviously these boards are no longer perfectly flat, and you can see some big rough saw marks in it, so we're gonna fix that real quick, and we're gonna use our thickness planer for that. I've got a full video all about how this magical device works and what the difference between it and a jointer is, and there is a difference. So if you want to learn more about the differences, go ahead and check out that video. But long story short is it gives me 2 flat pieces of wood, and it allowed me to make the one really thin so that hopefully these little magnets that I have are strong enough to use their frickin' magic magnet power to hold onto the knife. These are called neodymium or rare earth magnets, and they're extremely powerful for their size. And in the words of the great philosopher Shaggy 2 Dope, frickin' magnets, how do they work? So I'm using a Forstner bit to drill a bunch of holes and embed a bunch of them into the wood, and then I could take some wood glue and glue this thing back together. Now I went back and forth on trying to figure out what I wanted to do with this thing, so I obviously didn't want it to be just one solid chunk of wood and that was it. I wanted to give it some character, and I was thinking, how could I do that and add some visual interest to it? Well, I'm in Colorado and I'm right next to the Rocky Mountains, so I thought, well, maybe I'll make it kind of a Rocky Mountain vibe and give it a real craggy look. So I kind of just went to town and cut some compound miters to give the board some dimension. The one thing I had to pay close attention to was where I put the magnets, and I kept them in the middle of the board on purpose because of this. And when all was said and done, I ended up with something that looked like this. And then I debated how I was going to support it, and I thought just adding the offcuts as little feet made it even more like the mountains. So I thought, you know what? That looks good for me. So after gluing those little bad boys on, it was time to get this thing ready for finish. And to do that, I sanded the whole thing down to 220 grit. Here's a personal tip. If you plan to apply a stain or something like that, I never like to sand down to more than 220 grit for the initial coat of stain, because I find that the stain doesn't penetrate the wood as well. You can think of it like pores on your face. If you sand it down too much, those pores actually get clogged up. And then when you go to apply the stain, it doesn't penetrate as well. But you can help even that out by adding a pre-stain conditioner like this one from Minwax. A pre-stain conditioner evens out the tones of the wood and allows you to get a more uniform, less blotchy finish. Now I kind of like the blackish handle with the wood grain shining through on the knife, so I thought I would try to go for something similar, and to do that I'm using the Minwax black semi-transparent gel stain, which is a thicker stain, and it works really well on vertical surfaces like this, and it doesn't run down the front of it. So after I let it set up for a little bit, I wiped it off, and this is what I was left with. And after letting that set up overnight, then I could come back through and hit it with 2 coats of this fast-drying polyurethane spray in a warm satin finish, and there you go. I've got myself a homemade magnetic knife block, and it kind of matches the handle of the knife, so I'm pretty happy with it. Most of the center is magnetic, so you can move it around and put it in different orientations, which is pretty sweet. And I hope you guys liked it, and if you did, cool. If you didn't, that's cool too. Shout out to Minwax for making this video possible, and I'll see you guys on the next one.